Hey guys, it's Not Lammers of Invoked 101, and today I'm deck profiling my Burning Abyss deck that I've made for my girlfriend. So she actually plays this a lot more than I do. I know most of their effects, so I'll tell you what they do when I get to them. And I'll just explain the cards as I go through it. So we'll move the extra and the spells and traps off to the side, and we'll get in with the monsters. So let's zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so the first monster we're running is 3 Farfa, and so Farfa, like all the Burning Abyss monsters, can special summon itself if you control no spells or traps, and you can only use one effect of Farfa once per turn. So his other effect is, if he's sent to the graveyard is, you get to target a card your opponent controls and banish it until the end phase, correct? Or until the next standby? Until the end phase. So yeah, that's what Farfa does. Farfa's pretty good. He's just a 3 of staple. Alright, so the next card we're running is 3 Skarm of the Burning Abyss. So once again, special summon itself. If it's sent to the graveyard, you get to add 1 level 3 Dark Fiend from your deck to your hand in the end phase that isn't Skarm. So you get to search anything that's Burning Abyss related, search Tour Guide, search Sangan, search a bunch of stuff actually. And so I actually don't know what this one does. Okay, so we're playing 3 Kagna. And what Kagna does when he's sent to the graveyard is he sends a Burning Abyss spell or trap from the deck to the graveyard. Which is like, okay, there's really only one target for it in the deck now. I was playing, I'll show it to you real quick if it's right here. It is. I was playing Good and Evil in the Burning Abyss, but I've since taken it out. I may put it back in if I see a card that I'm like, oh, you don't need to play that. But yeah, so 3 Kagna. What does this one do? Okay, so then we have 3 Calcab, and what Calcab does when he's sent to the graveyard is he bounces a opponent's back row back to the hand. So that's what he does, and I believe that's it for 3 of BA monsters. So let's kind of get them all scooped up and set them to the side, and we'll move into our 2 ofs. So now we have, what is this guy? Alright, we have Libic of the Burning Abyss. When he's sent to the graveyard, you get a special summon a Burning Abyss monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. So he's actually really good for detaching off Dante to get a guy out of your hand. I wish that I had a 3rd one. So if I had a 3rd one, I'd be playing 3. Then we have Barbar. Barbar banishes himself and... right? Or is it not this card? Target up to 3 cards except Barbar. Target up to 3 Burning Abyss, banish them, and your opponent takes 300 damage for each. But you can't target Barbar. So yeah, there you go. That's what Barbar does. Then we have 2 of this guy. So we have 2 Alich of the Burning Abyss. What he does when he's sent to the graveyard is you can target a monster on the field and negate its effects until the end of the turn. So another one, 1200 body. I think Barbar has 1700, so that's pretty beefy too. And then we have our 1-ofs. We actually have our 1-ofs, but they kind of do the same thing. We have Graf and Seer. One of them summons from the deck, one of them summons from the graveyard when they're sent to the graveyard. But I believe they both cannot target themselves. So yeah, that's what Graf and Seer do. I put them together because they're kind of the same. And then we have our tuner, which is Rubik, or Ruvik. I think it's Rubik. He's the tuner. He doesn't actually do anything. So yeah, there you go. There is the Burning Abyss monsters of the deck. And so you can see that it's actually quite a few monsters. So let's move into the extra monsters. We're going with 3 Fiendish Rhino Warrior because he protects our fiends from dying. So very nice to normal summon this and start spamming out Burning Abyss stuff. Or to somehow get this on field. But he is an Earth Fiend, which makes him a little difficult to play. But when he is sent to the graveyard, you get to send a fiend from your deck to the graveyard. So, you know, that's nice. We're also playing 2 Orbital Hydrolander. I'll talk more about this card later when I get to my spicy text. Ooh, now you're excited. Now you want to keep watching the video. Orbital Hydrolander gets the pop cards, but you can only special summon them if all the monsters in your graveyard are different names. So yes, but I'll talk about how easy this guy is to summon now. Most people say it's Barbar. No, my spicy tech, I'll tell you what it is later. Then we got 2 Crane Crane. I still like playing Crane Crane in this deck. I think Crane Crane is really cool. Crane Crane is also really fun to say, so 2 Crane Crane. Ooh, I got another spicy tech. I just saw it in my hand. We have 1 Tour Guide of the Burning Abyss. Tour Guide of the Underworld. She might as well be Tour Guide of the Burning Abyss, as much as since it's the only deck that still plays her. But yeah, so she summons a Fiend from the deck, but its effects are negated. You also cannot use her for a Synchro Summon. But yeah, so she's really good. And then my spicy tech is a new card out of Cybernetic Horizon, Cupid Lover. Cupid Volley. Not Cupid Lover. What she does is you get to send up to 3 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard and increase her level by the monster's sent. Then, one moment, because I don't know what the rest of her effect is. By the number of card until the end of this turn. If this card you control is destroyed by opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, you gain 1,500. Okay. She is a light fairy though, so she doesn't. But her interaction of sending cards to the graveyard makes her kind of interesting to play in this deck. Kind of like running a Lightsworn engine, like Raiden. But I'll talk more about why I'm playing her as well. So I don't know if I like this card yet. So, but that's it for the monsters. So we'll just stack up these monsters and set them to the side. So yeah, let's talk about the trap, because we only have 1 trap. 1 Fire Lake of the Burning Abyss. I don't know why I'm still playing this. Actually, you know what? You don't even need to play Fire Lake. Get ready for this. Boom. Live on camera. Don't play Fire Lake. Play Good and Evil. Okay. Now that we've settled that. So we play 1 Good and Evil for our Burning Abyss spell and trap. I realized as I was playing. So what you do with this is you send it off Kagna and then you banish it to search, I believe. So yeah, that's kind of all you do with this. It's not very good. So here comes my spicy tech. This is my spicy tech that helps with Orbital Hydrolander. I'm playing 3 Crossbreed up in here because I think this card is really interesting. So you banish 2 monsters with the same type and attribute but different names, and then you search one that has a different name from the 2 banished. I think this is a really nice little consistency boost to this deck, since there's nothing that generically searches fiends except for Skarm. And with Skarm in the deck and also milling a lot of the same monster, using this to search a monster that you actually want and sets up Orbital Hydrolander to clean out your graveyard along with Barbar. So I think this is really nice. 3 might be a little bit much. I don't know yet. Like I said, and but I did talk about this in my top 5 cards out of Cybernetic Horizon. I did say that this could be a really cool card to play around with, and that's exactly what I'm doing with it. I'm just messing around with it in Burning Abyss. I want to see how good it is in this deck, and this was the first deck me and the girlfriend thought of when we saw Crossbreed, so I'm playing 3 Crossbreed for now. Then I'm playing double Twin Twisters in the deck, just because it has the discard and pops back row, so that's nice. I'm playing 1 Forbidden Chalice as one of my one-ofs, because, you know, negate and stuff is cool. Playing 1 Monster Reborn to revive stuff, either whether it be mine or my opponent's, and I'm playing 1 for 1 to summon Cupid Volley. Which sounds like a really weird reason, because you could open double Cupid Volley, but I don't care. I'm still playing 1 for 1, and also it still discards. So, you know, it's nice to have a monster that, it continues, you know? It continues, so. Let's talk about the extra deck real quick, because there is no side deck for this deck. So the extra deck consists of 2 Dantes of the Burning Abyss. I'd play 3 if I had 3. What he does is he mills up to 3 cards from the top of the deck and then gains an amount. He goes up to 2,500 max. I believe he gains 500 for each card sent. Then we have Lady B. You summon her on top of Dante once per turn, unless she was summoned, you know, using the Burning Abyss cards. You can detach a card and summon and send a card from the deck to the graveyard. Then when she dies by battle or card effect, you get to summon the big Dante. So yeah. That's those guys. Then we have 1 Break Sword and 1 Downer Magician. So Break Sword is really cool because it pops cards. Downer Magician, I don't know what it does, and I don't know. I put it in here because this is the only deck I know that can actually play it. I think it has a few more attack points than like a level 3. So basically you slap it on top of a dead Dante if you don't have Lady B. Then I play 1 Big Pilgrim of the Burning Abyss. Also don't know what this card does because I've never had it summoned against me. So must be fusion summon, blah blah blah. Can't be targeted by opponent's card effects. Once per turn during the player's turn, you can send 1 Burning Abyss card from your hand to the graveyard, draw 1 card. That's pretty neat. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if this card is destroyed by opponent's card effect, send 1 random card from opponent's hand to the graveyard. So, neat. With dangers lurking around, this might not be as neat. And then I have 1 Virgil. Virgil doesn't do a whole lot. And that's the Burning Abyss. that's the deck. That's all that she wrote. That's all that there is for this deck. I actually quite like this deck. I've always had a weird soft spot for Burning Abyss, because I somehow always seem to acquire a lot of the deck, except for Dante's. And when I finally built it, I didn't even get to play it. My girlfriend played it, which is kind of strange. But I still think the deck is really interesting. I still like Burning Abyss a lot, and I still have like this weird love-hate thing with the deck that just won't die, that is Burning Abyss. But yeah, tell me what you guys thought in the comments below. Like I said, this is more of an experimental build, so tell me what I can do to make this deck better, and I'll see you guys in the next video.